This time on Established on Campus, we talk to the founders of Loco at Bucknell University. Their app is designed for communities to post relevant information in their areas. Today, we are joined by Robbie and Cameron. They're the founders of Local Labs at Bucknell. Hey guys, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Hey, all right. Well, first, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started and why?
So, me and Robbie and I, we met at Bucknell. He's a computer science and engineering major. I am an accounting and financial management major, but both of us have interest in entrepreneurship. And so we kind of decided to team up towards the middle of this past summer and, spend the summer, other than what we were doing already, kind of like trying to start our own venture. With his coding ability and then my kind of like business design side, product development, things like that.
Okay, that's awesome. And can you tell me a little bit about how it works if I'm a first-time user or if it's my first time using Local Labs?
Right. So Loco, we kind of developed with two big things in mind. We want the information to obviously be local. We want it to be a part of your community. We want communities to be able to come together on Loco. And we also want it to be relevant. We don't want you to be seeing a bunch of content on the application that you don't really care about. We want users to be able to find the content that's important to them, that they want to learn more about. So through that, we have things like, so basically the way that it works is you make a post, and anyone within a radius of between 5 to 15 miles, each user can select their own radius. And so you can see all messages within your specified radius. And users can tag their messages with hashtags to kind of organize them, and then you can search through all the hashtags that were made. You can actually search individual messages just for any text that is in the message at all.
As you just mentioned, a few of the key features, I really like what you guys are doing with hashtags, but, as there are other platforms and other apps out there that really focus and hone in on local communities, what would you say makes Loco different?
What first differentiated us when we initially launched was the fact that we took the relevant information and applied location to it. So I think there was a gap initially between, certain other services, they use hashtags, things like that, to filter information, or they use location and things like that to filter information. But a lot of the time, that didn't come kind of together, and so now kind of like making it more intuitively, and really it's not just hashtagging, it's not just location, but having the ability to have users that can actually bridge the gap between anonymity or of their location or their hashtag, with the ability to chat other users, things like that. And this is the part, so we have pivoted a little bit to now it's going to be even more, I guess, user friendly, and where you can see users, I guess, in terms of like Facebook login. So now, you're going to be required to log in with Facebook to use the app, and we're not going to post anything to Facebook or anything like that. That's just a method of accountability, and for local communication. And what we're seeing right now in the space is that with no accountability, the apps just go astray because if you're completely anonymous, things just go bad. And we don't want that, and we think it doesn't add value. And kind of like our mission as Loco is to give communities, the relevant information for their area, and we think that's not accomplished if it's just a bunch of people behind a curtain. So, we're kind of figuring that out now and putting it together, and what we think we have now is very cool.
As you guys said, you've incorporated, you have just made a lot of progress. You guys are finalists now for Student Startup Madness. Can you talk a little bit about, though, getting your start at Bucknell and what it's like to be established on campus?
So when we first kind of started our push to kind of make a name for ourselves on campus, first spreading the app, we just kind of started telling our friends. We weren't really able to make a big impact at once. So the way that we got into really being established as a company is by entering a competition at Bucknell, a business competition. So we entered that. That kind of got our name out there, and through that we started working with offices at Bucknell that are strictly designed to work with small businesses and help with small business development. So right now, like, we have a membership in Bucknell's Entrepreneurs Incubator. So we have office space, we have formal address where we can work.
You get a lot of support from the campus community, and we've really thrived on that because we didn't make a huge push when we first launched to get like way out there, and so we basically pushed it on our friends and some of their friends, things like that, and so we've been able to get really good feedback in kind of that beta phase, and now we're using that feedback to kind of push where we're taking it for what we think is going to be more of the big launch.
If people want to read up on you guys before Student Startup Madness, where should they go?
Let's see. We have a website, locoapp.co. You can find us on gus.com, on Loco Labs, Gus page that you can kind of read up on, I guess our business plan and little blurbs about, what we do, who we are, things like that. I'd say those are the two best places. And if you want to get in contact with us, email team@locoapp.co.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We loved hearing about Loco.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
What did you think of Loco? Tweet the founders or let us know at EST on Campus. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for updates on student startups or check out our website at establishedoncampus.com.